and Mahomes the 13 seconds game. Allen lost that game. Stafford ends up on the short end yesterday, leaving many questions about his future.
John, do you expect Matthew Stafford to be back next season?
Yeah, if he still wants to play, what the hell kind of question is that? The answer, yeah. You have to ask him. We've been totally present. I know that if he wants to, he's still playing at a pretty damn good clip. He's the MVP of the league, and if he's not, I got respect for everybody else, but this guy played at a level that's just different.
I can't generalize, 6 months of my life, 10 minutes after a loss. So appreciate the guys in this locker room a whole hell of a lot. Everybody that helped me, and helped our team be as successful as we were this year. And that's all I'll answer for you.
What were you just saying, D-Wood?
That is kind of crazy. The fact that you would ask a guy like Matt Stafford 10 minutes after a game like that, are you coming back to play next year? Yeah. What are we doing here? Yeah. That's the thing. Listen, as a person that's in the media, that was one of the things that frustrated me about the media. It's do you not understand the emotional toll when you lose a game like that, and then you're going to ask me if I'm going to be back? Right after that game, it's stupid. It's silly.
It is.
It really is.
But it is the job, because there are not going to be many times that they have access to Matthew Stafford so they can ask him and to get his reaction.
Oh,
it's not something that is comfortable or common, but it has to be done. And I understand where you're coming from. That's just the job, unfortunately.
The reality, and Sean McVay seemed like some exception to the question. No one is asking, is Matthew Stafford capable of coming back again? The question is, at this age and this stage of his life, does he want to come back for another season? And it's easy to understand why 10 minutes after a crushing, heartbreaking loss, he hasn't made up his mind yet, and one would assume it'll take him a little time to make up his mind.
And these things are fluid, too. There have been plenty of times, I'm sure you've seen this, where a player thinks he's had enough, and then he takes a month or 2 months, and he wants to play.
What are we doing here?
He wants to play, and then he takes the time and says, I don't want to do it again. People change their minds. So you're asking for someone's thoughts at that moment, which doesn't mean it's certainly permanent.
What are we doing here? Well, hello, good people and Eagle and 49er fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Before we get deep into it, let's not forget about my good buddies from Sleeper.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code JOBO. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Make sure you download the app right now and use that promo code JOBOO and get that $20 sign-up bonus as well as matching deposit up to $100. Do that shit today because the Super Bowl's in 2 weeks, and you want to make sure you get your bets in. All right, so we got a crazy evening. We've got the Eagles. Seemingly, nobody likes them. It's kind of like they didn't put on the deodorant. They stink, and nobody wants to be close to them. I'm serious. We got the Dallas Cowboys. A couple of days ago, they kind of said, hey, you're welcome to go ahead and find opportunities elsewhere. And apparently they didn't get out fast enough, and they basically kind of let everybody know, we're done with you. Okay? Security, escort this mother humper out of here because they were all Matt Everpuss's guys. Okay? And we have the Commanders with the left hand up. Who are we? They've actually hired their defensive coordinator, getting Minnesota Vikings DB coach Durante Jones and making him their offensive coordinator. So there's that. So we got all kinds of shit that's happening all over the place. And we have Sam Darnold, who led the league in turnovers going to the Super Bowl. And I've got, excuse me, I'm choking here. I'm choking like the Dallas Cowboys do in the playoffs, so to speak. We've got everybody and their sister. It's a copycat league as well as copycat social media. It's cool to put out there all of the people who have more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. You would think that every single quarterback out there has got, 10, 15 wins, that Dak Prescott is very sisters of the poor and's got none. None. But they don't talk about guys like Justin Herbert, though, do they? They don't talk about that, do they? Do they? Justin Herbert? No. Oh, we got the mailman in the house. Game time. What's up? Let me say shout out to all the lovely ladies in the place with the style and grace. Lady Libra. We've got Horny Pierce in the house. What's up, Horny? We got James Snyder. We've got Chris May in the house. We got the Dirty Sanchez. What's up, Dirty? We've got Help Me Rhonda. She must have just gotten a quickie and she's back. Game time, man. I know you. Are you delivering the mail in this shit? Are you literally? I know they say rain, sleet, and snow, but we got sleet and snow yesterday. They trying you, Brian. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are we doing here, Brian? We got Kiana in the house. What's up, Kiana? We got Chris May. We got D1G Mix. What's going on? Let's see who else is in here. Who else is up in here? We got Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff. We got Greg DK512. We got SS Philly. I hate to see him go. Congrats on Christian Parker. Deserves all the success, but not against us. We got Shane Devlin. Hello. How are you doing? Going back up through here. All right. So welcome, everybody. So game time. Bro, we got to get together and do some more shit together. And, I know you got to get to work tomorrow. I hope you don't have to get to work tomorrow. Does the post office close? I know they say no rain, sleet, or snow won't stop you, but that shit should. It should be rain, sleet, snow, but they didn't say anything about like subarctic temperatures. That should stop you. Grant G in the house. What's up? We have the Dallas Cowboys doing things quite differently. Typically, you're off tomorrow. You want me to send you a link at game time? Because I'd like to know what's going on in Philly. Because I got Philly 500 who's kind of going cray-cray, with excitement about all of the, he's got a solution of getting one of the Ram guys for offensive coordinator. And it seems like it's cool in the same way that it's cool to say Dak Prescott that, everybody else has got more. Thomas Garrett. Thomas, was that tree in your yard that fell over yesterday? As it's cool to say that, everybody's got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott in 10 years, it's also cool to say no thanks to being an Eagles coordinator. And I'm curious how they're taking it. Logan Motorsports in the house. What's up, Logan? How are you doing, man? I think it's kind of crazy because they went to Charlie Wise Jr., and said, hey, would you like to be our offensive coordinator? Let's interview. And he's like, nah, I'm okay. They wanted to talk to Kate and Adams here from the Cowboys. They're desperate when they have to sloop so low as to come at the Cowboys to say, hey, Cowboys, can we talk to one of your guys? And supposedly, Kate and Adam, this is what I heard. Now, it could be wrong because there's a lot of fake information out there, but I heard that he was not interested in leaving Dallas, even though he does not call the plays. He basically said, I'm happy right here. I'm good. Mark, my front and backyard look like a damn war zone. Damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that. It's cold up here. It's literally the snow has turned into like, if you wanted to build an igloo, now would be the time because with all that sleet that we got on top of it, it's like you go to shovel and you end up getting like a chunk. Where's Momo? Probably somewhere crying that I didn't did. Hey, Mark, that's just wrong of you to call me the village idiot and do a poll about it, man. My friends saw that and everything else. It's like, Momo, if you don't want us to make fun of you saying stupid shit, there's a solution. Don't say stupid shit. Love that fact. Nobody wants to play and to go to Philly. Nobody. I'm mystified, but I'm hearing reports that White Cotton is leaving to the Titans. Oh, okay. So, OG, he's gone. As of about 30 minutes ago, he has been hired as the defensive coordinator. Now, here's what happened. So, originally, when Christian Parker, got so many names in my head, when Christian Parker was hired, okay, they went to, I said that at the beginning too there, that the Commanders hired the Minnesota Vikings coach, Durante Jones, as their DC. So we've got that going on. And Rio's actually doing a live stream about that right now. So they got their guy. We brought in Aaron Whitecott, and I believe it was Thursday when we hired him. And what the Cowboys told everybody who was there on the coaching staff from Everpuss, that they could go ahead and accept other offers. Okay, so in other words, if you don't have a gig, you got the opportunity to find something else. And basically, or you could interview with Christian Parker. You can interview with Christian Parker, or you can find a job elsewhere. They've gotten to the point where it's like, oh, did you get a new job? Did you get a new job? You didn't? Oh, okay. Well, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here because we're done. And so White Cotton, who is doing the East-West Shrine game, is he basically had said, I look forward to hopefully working with Christian Parker, and found out the hard way that that's not going to be the case, that they've already moved on. And so it looks like it may end up being, because the Cowboys have already started. We wasted no time with Christian Parker. We ended up having an interview with Ronnell Williams with the Eagles. That's already taken place. And we've also Marcus Dixon of the Vikings. The Vikings defensive staff has just blown up. I mean, everybody's leaving there. Brian Flores is gone. Now Durante Jones has gone to Washington. And you may end up having Marcus Dixon coming to the Cowboys. So it's kind of like, damn, Minnesota's just like, what the F? Everybody wants our guys. So the Cowboys have basically said your services are no longer needed here in Dallas, and we are moving on, and we're going to end up having Christian Parker is doing the interviews. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Rhonda, I'm shocked. Wait a minute. Dirt Nasty, your titties are freezing off. Your titties? Your tasty cakes are freezing off. Oh, my God. It's cold, but it ain't that. Come on. Now, look, we got Cousin Eddie out there. It's like minus 25 out where he is now, and he can make it. He gets some antifreeze, some Hennessy and stuff like that. Just get a little antifreeze. Flores went back to, but he might have game time. I haven't checked, since we got our guy, I haven't really been keeping up with him as much. And I'm still mystified that he's not getting, it's official. White Cotton is going to Tennessee. Where's Cousin Eddie? Probably frozen someplace. Don't matter. Y'all went to Cancun with everybody else. Lacey Williams. Okay. How's Philly 500 holding up? Philly 500 is he hasn't been posting that much. Now, he says he's just been busy, but I think he's kind of freaking out. I think he's freaking out a little bit. I could have said worse, but I was trying to be nice, laughing my ass off. Okay, Alan Williams is in the house. What's up, Alan? They're interviewing a linebacker coach from the Steelers for the same position. Like the Shining Frozen. Oh, man. Here's Johnny. Low tomorrow in Florida is going to be like in the low 30s. damn, we're not going to hit the low 30s till like next week. We're not going to get to 30, I think, until Friday. Friday, I think, is the first chance that we get there. And currently, it's about 13 degrees right now with a wind chill of -5. So there's that. Frost, perfect name for today. Love you too there, buddy. Manroof, what's up, Manroof? How are you doing? How's Philly 500 holding up? Jeff Lee, go Boobies. Alan Williams, what's up? Love the Zoom. Love you being on there. The boycotted Flores, my opinion, he's getting he definitely is. But I thought he'd at least get at least a defensive coordinator. I thought for sure that Flores would be the one that Pittsburgh hired as a head coach, because that would have been their typical type of a guy, getting a guy who's young and looking for him for the long term, since they were the first ones to hire him after the Miami situation. But, yeah, he's definitely been blackballed. Pamela, what's up, Pamela? Welcome. The Sea Chickens might just win it all. Yeah, so here's where I got a bone to pick. I get so much crap about Dak Prescott. My balls in my taint have icicles. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. I get so much flack about supporting Dak Prescott. And everybody's going through, Sam Darnold, he's only making $30 million a year. And, he's going to the Super Bowl before Dak. Dak is just ass, man. Dak just sucks and all that. I hear what you're saying. But see, what you have to understand is, or I should say, if you're one of those people that just look at Dak Prescott and say, Dak is the problem. If it was only the quarterback, then I ask you this. How is it Matthew Stafford, who's threw for 4,700 yards this year, the fourth best in his career, won a Super Bowl with the Rams, how come he didn't shine with the Lions? Why didn't he win any Super Bowls there? Son of John, what's up, man? How are you doing, buddy? Love you, my Cowboys brother. Love you too, John. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. How come Matthew Stafford didn't do anything with the Lions? Was it that he just left the Lions and now all of a sudden he's just Superman and he can win it all by himself? Or was it that the Lions were just not a good team and that it's actually a team sport? Sam Darnold had more turnovers than anybody else. I don't know if you look at Sam Darnold, you can say Sam Darnold is the reason why they went to the Super Bowl. I don't think that's how you look at it. Because you can't tell me that Sam Darnold is better than Pat Mahomes. Hell, I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford. He's a good quarterback. He's definitely resurrected his career. He's done some great things with Minnesota last year. Minnesota looks pretty stupid right now to have let him go. Mark Goff made a championship. True. But here's the thing. I'm going to say 49er fan. Jared Goff didn't do it by himself. You had, God, what's his name? Oh, shit. Your running back, who ended up having more screen passes that he took to the house before his knee got arthritic. You had a great defense. You had an all-around team. I ask you, here's what I'll say. Please name me a team that everybody sucked on defense, on one side of the ball, and just had a quarterback and went to the Super Bowl and won. I mean, I can talk about Joe Montana, but you can look at those defenses with guys like Ronnie Lott on it. I can talk about Roger Staubach, but they also had the doomsday defense. I can look at Troy Aikman and look at the number one defense led by guys like Charles Haley and Deion Sanders. I can even look at the Kansas City Chiefs, who, when Pat Mahomes threw an interception that ended up being, I think, right at the 30-yard line, and their defense didn't give up a single point. I can think about Tom Brady, who never won the Super Bowl with a defense that was worse than 8th rated in the NFL. Clearly, you got to have a defense. And for those out there that say, oh, my God, Trevor Lawrence had a great year this year, man. He's finally got – no, he didn't. They had the 9th best defense in the NFL. They only gave up 19 points a game. They gave him extra opportunities with the ball because they took the football away. Those things matter. Drop those dimes, Mark. Clock that. Yeah, I hope Stafford retires. I hate him. Just because of that, I hope that he stays. Dallas Cowboy girl, how you doing tonight? Woo! Greg DK, 512. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow all had other elite quarterbacks in the league. Should have way more pressure to win the Super Bowl next year, but I bet Dak will somehow be taken and hated about more than the media. I mean, seriously. Now, truth be told, for 2 days, they were lighting up Josh Allen. They were literally blaming Josh Allen and telling him, you suck. You're the reason they lost. You're the reason why Sean McDermott got fired for 2 days. And here it was. I don't remember seeing anybody say Sam Darnold's getting to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Y'all seen that? I ain't seen that. If it has happened, I missed it because I have not seen it. Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Yeah, I see. You hope Stafford retires. I was here yesterday. What's up, family? Love from Cali. Sorry that y'all freezing all that way. Sending warm weather your way. Appreciate that. Nick Sirianni. Well, here's where I'm happy at least. The fact that we got Christian Parker that you can't look at and say, that's a Jerry Jones hire. Jerry Jones had no idea who the hell Christian Parker is. He might have done a Dan Saleo. Christian Parker, I've never heard of Christian Parker. Who the hell is Christian Parker? Will somebody tell me who Christian Parker is? That's what I'm betting that Jerry Jones was. This is the Dallas Cowboys finally waking up to the 21st century and going about business the way things are done. Instead of going through and getting a buddy that Jerry Jones, because we know Mike Zimmer, that was a hire of a guy that Jerry Jones felt comfortable with. And when he came in, Mike Zimmer, he even admitted this. He didn't change anything because he didn't want to rock the boat. He was like, I don't want to mess up what's already been working from Dan Quinn, so I'm going to kind of kick back. Come on, Mark. You don't know who he was either. Y'all wanted Flores so bad. Oh, I did. Mitchell, yeah. But see, Michael B.A.M, this is true. I did not know anything about him. But there's a difference here because I'm not the owner of the Dallas Cowboys and I'm hiring people. I didn't do the interviews for him. I'm not the one who's going to pay him. That's the difference. No, I'll be real with you. Didn't know him. And I still would have loved to have had Brian Flores. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think Brian Flores is getting screwed over for no good reason. They're making an example of him that when an owner tells you to tank, that's your job. That's your job. And it's sad that it works out that way. The fact that a Kevin Stefanski can screw the pooch and literally, are you really so dumb that you gave the quarterback the wrong week's plays for his wrist? I find it interesting Eagle fans are poo-pooing Christian Parker now, very soft. Well, I tell you what, Game Time, when Philly 500 heard that the Cowboys were interested in him, you know how Philly 500 is always like, get his ass out of here. He always wants to get rid of people. Not Christian Parker. Not Christian Parker. He would be like, no, I don't want to lose it. Because he was hoping that they would kind of give him like a side deal and say, hey, Nick is only going to be here for 1 or 2 more years. You're in line to be the DC. You're in line to be the next guy. That's what he was hoping that they would do. But it was kind of like, I think I'm going to get out of this sinking ship. And with everything that's going on as far as offensive coordinator, it's kind of crazy that everybody they're talking to is kind of turning that thing down. But I can't honestly say that if you're a young and upcoming guy that you look at this situation, and we've all heard the rumors that it's Nick Sirianni's offense and he's going to put the influence on trying to control it, and you're going to end up being the fall guy. You're going to have to take the bullets. And you've got 7 years with 7 guys? 7 years with 7 different guys? Bro, that's not enough time for me to find a good place to live and move in. Parker's who wanted Quentin Mitchell and Dijon. Yeah, Cooper DeJean. Yeah. And he got them balling. And Cooper DeJean was basically like, man, I wouldn't be the player I am without him. So that's a great hire. And the fact that Jerry Jones, we believe that Brian Schottenheimer is also there with the interviews that are going on for Christian Parker, that he's going to go out and get his own staff, that this isn't Jerry Jones out here picking the guys that he feels comfortable with, all of these failed head coaches and things like we usually get. This is going to be a young staff. And here's the thing I think I like about Christian Parker is he's not going to be satisfied to be just the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. He's got his own agenda of wanting to move up. He wants to become a head coach. And that means he's going to bust his ass to try and turn this thing around and look good to get more attention. For him, he ain't got to do a lot to make himself look good with the Dallas Cowboys defense giving up 511 points last year. The most points in the NFL at 30.2 points a game. He ain't got to do a lot to be looking like a superstar. And so he probably figured, if I go to Dallas, I'm going to be on TV a lot. I can easily go from worst. I can only go up. I've got intel on my biggest rival. I'll have some things that I can use to help me beat them. Right? Because he knows Nick Fangio's defense. He knows the players. He knows where the soft spots are. He knows where the bodies are buried. So he can look at that and say, well, shit, the Giants, they're rebuilding. The Commanders, well, they're the Commanders. And I know the problems with the Eagles. This might be a good spot for me to go. And they're going to give me full autonomy to bring in my people. So, yeah, this is a good thing for him. Now, on the flip side for the Eagles, let me get the clip because I actually haven't seen this one yet with Philly 500. He was trying to... Oh, I don't have it. Shit. I thought I had it. I guess I don't have it right now. I had Philly 500 because he was going through and he was going for his favorite answer. Let's see if we can find it real quick. Here it is. Okay.
Search for an offensive coordinator continues, and while some people panic, I say just get it right.
Just get it right. Philly 500 might not admit it, but he misses Kenneth Gainwell.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dick back here, and I would love to come on here and say breaking news, breaking mother humping news.
Oh, but
we got a new offensive coordinator. The truth of the matter is, the search continues. We still don't have one. We've had a lot of guys' names come up, a lot of names we don't know of, and we're still waiting to see what's going to happen. The Eagles are still looking for an offensive coordinator. And while a lot of people panic and say, see, people don't want to be with the Eagles, the truth is, the Eagles just got to get this right.
He hasn't even mentioned
just
it to the
get
Cowboys.
the right guy in here. That, to me, is single-handedly going to set up this entire offseason. Okay? And for me personally, I wanted, of course, Mike McDaniel. He is off the board. We saw the ball withdraw his name. Now he may be back in it. We don't really know. If he is, great. If he's not, so be it too. I really don't care about the ball. But
I don't really care about him.
The two guys I would say, as of yesterday, that I was hoping the Eagles would go after, they both have withdrawn their names from contention for the offensive coordinator position. Diana Rossini wrote this. LSU offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr. spoke to the Eagles about their offensive coordinator vacancy, but informed the team he has chose to remain with Lane Kiffin and the Tigers. Now, that doesn't mean they offered him a job, but he doesn't want it, so they're not going to talk about it to him anymore. And then you've got Bears DeClan Doyle, DeLorean Doyle is what I call him, has withdrawn his name from consideration for the Eagles' offensive coordinator vacancy per sources. Doyle opted to remain in Chicago, working with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. And this one, that kind of hurts me a little bit because I was actually really, really excited about what we've heard of DeLorean Doyle because sounds like he's young, sounds like he's got a lot of upside. And I know some people want an experienced play caller, somebody that's just going to get this offense to be competent. Many people think with this defense you have, if you can just make this offense competent, they're going to win a lot of games. But I was actually kind of excited about Doyle because it seems like he's got a lot of upside. Jeremy Fowler wrote this. Was told DeLorean Doyle's interview with Philly was highly impressive. And he's on track for a head coach interview next cycle. So staying put makes sense in that regard. Wouldn't surprise if the Eagles prioritize play calling experience at this stage. First on Doyle staying in Chicago. So, one of the things that we have to consider about some of these guys, and
so the Eagles, to read between the lines, the guys that he's wanted, they decided, no, we're not going. We're not going. And everybody else says, we're not going. Now, here's the bottom line on this. I love the hire. From what I've heard about Christian Parker, the fact that he's 34 years old, that he's young, he's energetic, he can relate to players, he's well respected by the players and as well as other coaches, that he's a rising coach, that little Cowboys, not sorry Dak. What happened? Sam I Am in May, in your face. Ain't 'cause they black, good one. Okay. Little Dallas Cowboy, I guess by little, you mean you got a little bit of brain to work with. If you honestly think that they went to the Super Bowl because of Sam Darnold this year, he played great yesterday, didn't turn over the football. But that defense has helped out tremendously for him. They did. They come through. And if you truly believe it's only the quarterback, be all, end all, then I can't help you. And you're free to live in the world that you want to live in. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And if your opinion is Dak sucks, I know I'm not going to change it any more than you're going to change mine to say what we need here is Jerry and Stephen Jones to get out of the way and let football people do football things. And stop looking at this as, how can I go ahead and get more people to watch, as opposed to, how can I win more football games and people will watch? Grant G, what is that jibber jabber Philly 500 says when he's opening his stream every time? That he's a dingbat. He's king dingbat for that. That's what he always says. That defense gave up 27 points last night. True, they did. Still ain't 30 points, though. Still ain't 30. Does the local newspaper still post help wanted for jobs? Is there still a local newspaper? Can Will McClay draft defensive players? That's the big question, which is leading me to my next thought is the Cowboys have been, since 2016, the least spender in free agency. Now, I'm not suggesting that they need to just go out and just spend, crazy willy-nilly because, excuse me, we got Momo in here. Momo knows that his team and the Jets have spent more in free agency in that time than anybody else. And it hasn't necessarily done a whole lot for them. The Jets still are a dumpster fire. You had Sam Darnold, couldn't do anything with that. You drafted another quarterback first round, that didn't work. Gerald, I'm on his ass too. We've sucked. Where's Victor? Dirty, no. Oh my God, dirty. A AAA battery? Not even a AAA. Oh shit! Oh shit! When she asks how big it is, then bro, you better tell her in centimeters. Hey, it's 6. It's 6. Hey, Dirt, how much you got? I got 6 centimeters. What? How big? 6 centimeters. Mark, I'm going to tweak my resume and see if I can help the Eagles out. Yeah, that's true. Hey, if you've ever called plays before and you're unemployed, the Eagles might be the place for you. Now, understand there's no job security. It's only a 1-year gig. Damn, at least a pinky finger. Geez. Well, some pinkies are bigger than others, so my pinky might be a little bit bigger than that AAA battery. I got 11. Are you talking centimeters or inches? We'll ask Jerry to check it out. How's that? Dallas Cowboys American team. Put that rib in my hand for a quarter. Aaron Whitecotton signed with the Titans. Yes, Martin, we talked about that when we first started. Yeah, Whitecotton is now the defensive coordinator, joining Robert Saleh with the Tennessee Titans. Mark has a huge pinky. Here we go. Big spec. Hold up. Here's what I don't understand. Because, see, Big Spank Dog, you were a topic of conversation this morning when I was talking to my wife this morning. I don't understand how a Commander fan has any nerve to talk about anything about anybody else's team. Between you and Momo, you two are both village idiots. You had one good year of Jalen Daniels, and he broke his freaking elbow, among other injuries. You went out there and you went back to doing Redskin things, which was, let's hire all these over-the-hill, overpaid guys and think that we're going to be winning a Super Bowl with them. And you literally have destroyed a young quarterback's career for a second time. He's RG3 part 2. And you want to always come in and talk about Dak Prescott. Mind you, as bad as it's been for the Cowboys, that it's been 30 years, half of my life since we won the Super Bowl. It's been even longer since you did. So how the hell do you think that you can talk about somebody else's team and quarterback? Please tell me. The last time you won the division was during COVID, and you had a losing record. Everybody else had to be ass, and Dak Prescott had to be injured for you to win the freaking division. And you feel the need, as bad as you say Dak is, he's still done better than what your team has done. He's still done better what your team has done in that time. Hot tamales. Kilduffy, nobody wants to coach here. Oh, man. We haven't had, but Dak has destroyed y'all's. Oh, well, we're not destroyed. You can say the Cowboys suck this year, but not on the offensive side. When was the last time you had a 1,000-yard plus receiver and a 1,400-yard wide receiver? I'll wait. I'll wait there, Big Spank Dog. I'll wait. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, your point. Momo, how you doing tonight? I was thinking about doing a poll for you there, buddy. But I figured 10 years. Big Spank Dog. The thing I would say is if the Cowboys had been winning Super Bowls with, Quincy Carter and Tony Romo and Ryan Leafs and things, that they were winning Super Bowls consistently every couple of years until Dak Prescott came along, I would say, yeah, shit changed when Dak Prescott came. We're not doing what we were doing with those other guys. Right? If the Cowboys had won one, in like, say, 2007 with Tony Romo or 2014, with Romo and Dez catching it and things like that, and now all of a sudden we can't win them, I'd say maybe you're right. Maybe Dak is the problem. But the reality is the Cowboys haven't done shit since Jerry Jones's ego fucked up the team. They had a coach go back-to-back winning Super Bowls, had a young, dynamic team, and Jerry Jones didn't get enough attention and had to say, I'm the one who built this team. I'm the one who gets the credit. And what did he do for 30 years? He's been still trying to do that. You think that an 83-year-old person is wise and who's not just doing football. That's just his day job. He's also doing real estate. He literally said, I ain't got time to deal with Micah Parsons' contract because of all the money over here with the oil company that I'm running. That we got that guy who fucked up the Micah Parsons situation. Whether you like Micah Parsons or not, Jerry Jones messed up that situation, that a week before the season, you lost your best defensive player. And in defense of Matt Everpuss, and not that I'm in the business of defending him, he probably had game plans of how to use Micah Parsons as his Swiss Army knife. And then a week before the season, it's like, oh, by the way, we just traded him. What? What am I supposed to do with this? You see, look, you see all the places I got Micah Parsons here on the defense? And now you're telling me I ain't got him? The fuck is you doing? You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Okay, Big Spank Dog. You act like you're in the Super Bowl right now, bro. Hey, bro. Big Spank Dog, come here. Come here. Come closer. Big Spank Dog, come closer. Let me talk to you for a second. Seriously. Shut your bitch ass up. Your team is literally ass. Your team is so old that they all got ARP cards. Your team is so old and decrepit that they put a retirement home right next to Redskin Park, your training facilities, bro. You're old, you're broke down, and you ain't got that much draft capital. Your team's sorry. You ain't going nowhere next year. Dan Quinn is on the hot seat. You're ass. And you got no room to talk about anybody else. Dirty Howie throwing Diddy parties for applicants. No, Mark would cut me off. What do you mean I'd cut you off? Big Spank Dog, cut you off? That's probably your girlfriend that cut you off. She looked at you and said, bro, you just stupid. Big Spank Dog acting like his team wasn't fighting for last place. Seriously, the retirement home. So within 10 years. So what within 10 years? Big Spank Dog, what a fool. Big Spank Dog, we got to kick your bum ass out. Now chill out. Chill the fuck out, clown. Jimmy Johnson curse. I'd rather have Jimmy Johnson do the draft picks for us this year. That's the problem. That Jerry Jones has been trying to get it right while making a whole bunch of money. That moves Jerry Jones makes are always about how I can make money. You know, when I met Jerry Jones for the first time, what will I say if the team misses the playoffs this year? I'm going to have to say some heads need to roll. Because you've got to at least improve. You're 7-9-1. And you have to improve. It's been year one of Brian Schottenheimer, and you have to understand that the Cowboys, they didn't call it a rebuild, but what Jerry Jones did 2 years ago when we're going all in, and he kept all the coaching staff on a 1-year deal, on the last year of their deal, and everybody's thinking about where am I going to be next year? And you literally let go 11 starters and replace them with Zeke Elliott and the linebacker. Oh, my God, he was playing for San Francisco. That was your moves? You weren't going to win shit. And then this year, you dumped Micah Parsons so you didn't have to do that salary and got draft picks. You're rebuilding. You went from a couple years ago of Tyron Smith, Zach Martin as your stalwarts on the offensive line. Both of those guys are gone. D-Law is gone. Micah Parsons is gone. Now Diggs is gone. You have literally flipped over the roster. So the Cowboys, they got to at least get 9 wins next year or 10 wins. If they end up being 7-win team next year, then somebody's head's got to roll. Would you like the Spank Momo? Like his Spunk Momo? Okay. CD is not resigning when it's time. Who y'all got if CD leaves because it's coming? Bro, you do realize CD Lamb just signed his contract last year, right? You're talking about 3 years down the road, bro. Seriously? So let me be clear here. By the time CeeDee Lamb is eligible to go, we'll probably be looking for another quarterback at the same time. So right now, Momo says you're right, Spank Dog. Right now, you're looking at the Cowboys and saying, we got a 3-year window. 3 years to try and get it done. And I will say, not that I'm wishing it on Jerry Jones, life expectancy in the United States on average, I think, is 76. I think it's 76. If you're a black male, it's 72. If you're a black male in West Virginia, I think it's 62. If you're a billionaire white male, it's 86. And Jerry is 83. And I know somebody's going to come back at me and say, you're being racist. See, look at Mark Holmes. He hates white people. I know that's what y'all going to do. I know it's I'm giving you real, straight numbers. If you are a billionaire, typically you have a longer life expectancy than anybody else if you are a white male. 86 on average. It's nice. I'd love to be able to make it that far. So that's 3 years for Jerry. Dak Prescott, I'd say about 3 years. And Brian Schottenheimer, he's in year 1 of a 5-year deal. And if you haven't gotten success in 5 years, you need to go. You just need to go. That's enough time to get to know the players that are there, implement your system, get the players that you need, and win. If you haven't done it that quick, then you need to go. Especially when you see somebody like Vrabel go in year 1, he's in the Super Bowl. Or you look at Chicago, in year 1, they turn it around. If we haven't turned it around in 3 years, then Shotty, I love you, but you got to go. He's stuck in his ways, and he ain't running none of his businesses. You are 100% right about Jerry Jones. And unfortunately, he's got FU money. If you don't like it, F you. I got so much money, it doesn't matter what you think. If I want to run the Cowboys in the ground, I'll run them in the ground. And there's not a damn thing any of us can do about it. You are at the whim of a madman. 3 years, so it'll take... Well, bro, the Cowboys have been dysfunctional for 30 years. Dak has only been 10 of it. So, there's that. And Big Spank Dog, how long is it going to take your team? I'm amazed. I'll be real with you. I'm amazed at the obsession of trying to diss Dak Prescott by everybody. Seriously. Other teams going to Super Bowl. Oh, it's time to go ahead and diss Dak. What is this obsession with hating Dak Prescott? Chris Wise, I'm with you. I'm excited about the offseason and the new defensive coordinator. Well, I tell you what. It is the 26th. Oh, shit. It's the 26th of January? It's my anniversary in 2 days. Shit. Damn. Been married for what? It's 26. 23 years? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. I've been chasing her for chasing and smacking that ass for 23 years. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. I gotta get her something for damn. For the anniversary. I'm sorry. I digress. I just realized, shit. It's been that long? Fuck. Okay. Diss Dak because you jump. It works. Killa, I'm all about my team. I'm not an Eagle channel or a Commanders channel talking shit about their team. I'm here on my Cowboys channel. Maybe you should take your own advice. Yeah, Kill, I'll be real with you, man. You guys got some real problems there in Philly. A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown wanted to get out of there like week 3. I said, I've been chasing her and smacking that ass for 23 years. Actually, I've been chasing her since I was 19. Didn't catch her until I was like 36. You sound kind of dumb when you try to argue with me about worrying about my team. Rhonda, I've been enjoying this beautiful heart pendant from Macy's. Oh, damn. There he is. Shit. I sent him the link an hour ago. Well, damn.
What's going on, man?
Man, I thought you were going to come on a little sooner, buddy. I wanted to get.
I had company and I was reclined, man.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't have to come on if you were reclining.
Yeah, I wanted to come on. I know you're almost done, but I wanted to come on.
I find it so funny how much hate that Dak Prescott, that people are obsessed with hating Dak Prescott.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night a little bit, and all I said was, we just need to build the defense, and Dak's got to win. The only way he's going to shut it up is if he wins. I mean,
I don't even think that'll do it.
Man. Well, but you're seeing all these mediocre quarterbacks get there. So what are we saying? I mean, what are we saying that Sam Darnold's better than Dak?
Well,
now you're seeing the meme. Well,
you're seeing all the ones. Well, Sam Darnold's at the Super Bowl before Dak Prescott because Dak sucks, or Trevor Lawrence is an MVP candidate.
And
it's just.
I think it's changed though, Mark. Outside of the quarterback, because I've been kind of critical of Dak, but I'm not a Dak hater. I just think that we need to build the defense up.
We have to build a defense. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I mean,
every
you see where it's
team
going,
out
right?
there that was, that in elite level in the playoffs, there's nobody there with a shitty defense. There's nobody up there giving out 28, 29, or like us, 30 points a game on average. You just can't do that. So I'm curious, because you are in the belly of the beast with Philadelphia. This whole thing with their offensive coordinator, how's that going with the fans?
Well, I was going to say we should do a live stream soon. Maybe we'll do a double live, just me and you. And we could really get into the amount of coordinators that have
said no,
turned down the job. And again, I get it. Yeah, they won a Super Bowl, right? I get it. Mm-hmm. So it's very hard to get them to admit anything, really. But if there was such a dynamic situation, you would think a lot of these young guys would be running to the situation. Now, I have some inside knowledge on what's going on, and I'm getting a lot of pushback from a lot of the Eagle people, but that's what happens. They don't want to hear the truth sometimes. Jeff Stoutland has a lot of power in that organization, and when you say we're going to give you full autonomy over an offense, but you can't touch the running game because Jeff Stoutland will get upset and leave. That's what basically is going on. Nobody wants to go there and take control of the offense and not be able to dig into the running game.
Right.
So that's kind of part and parcel of what's going on with the Birds, is that there's kind of a power.
It's crazy how many people have withdrawn their name, just said thanks but no thanks. And then, of course, asking the Cowboys with Clayton Adams.
Cowboys is out as well.
Mark, I changed my mind. I don't want the job either. No, shit. It's crazy.
It's very crazy. Jalen Hurts, right? Super Bowl MVP, we keep hearing, but yet Eagles have moved on from players in the past.
Very good. And coaches Wentz, too.
Yeah, so the owner's not happy with how Jalen handled the locker room and the whole A.J. Brown thing. A.J. Brown has all but gone. He's asked for trades 3 different times throughout the year. So, maybe a new young guy doesn't want to go there. Maybe, just maybe, they're on the downside of the winning part. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think they're definitely on the downside of it.
And I'm not a blanket statement guy, but to think that they're going to stay up top is just ridiculous.
Football.
That's not how it works, man.
Look at Kansas City now. And for the Eagles, for a while there, everything was running perfect with Howie bringing in guys, topping it off, and everything else. But you finally saw the offensive line after they've paid everybody now on the offensive line. If Lane Johnson retires, man, they owe him still so much money. It's worse than.
Well, that's what's going on also with the Jalen Hurts deal. Now, it was a great lead. Now, listen, as you know, the salary cap is probably going to go up another 30 mil, right? So, but the main part of that money, I mean, he's going to count, 96 million in 2029. Now, they could potentially, like we keep hearing, well, they're just going to push the money out. Not if he's playing the way he played this year, they're not pushing nothing out. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, oh, there's no more guarantee. We'll just restructure and push him out. Not if you're not playing well.
No, right.
You're not going to do that. There comes a time where you got to bite the bullet, which is why I don't know that their arrow is going up right now. I understand they have young players, but I don't think it's going up because of the contracts that they're going to have to do. And in order to do what Dallas is going to do, Dallas is going to flip switches, right? Dallas is going to push money out on certain people. Not Dak, but maybe Dak, but I don't think
they'll
Dak,
push out Dak. But
maybe.
Let me
say
get to your
Osa
point.
and stuff.
Listen to this real quick. So in 29, they have $294 million already allocated. 97 for Hurts, 29 for A.J. Brown, 22 for Lane Johnson, 35 for Jordan Mailata, 35 for Devontae Smith, 35 for Landon Dickerson, 13.8 for Saquon, 15 for Cam Jurgens, and Jake Elliott 8.6.
Right.
That's 3 years from now. Now, how many of those guys do you think are still going to be on the roster? AJ wants out. That's going to be a big dead hit that they're going to have to take for him. Lane Johnson, there's no way in the world I see him that far.
Well,
and
not to
Saquon,
mention,
I don't think is going to be that good in 3 more years.
No. And not to mention, you got Jalen Carter, right? You have Drew Davis.
Yep.
You have guys. And then you're talking, at that point, you're talking about DeJean, who was a second-round pick. You need to do something in that year. So all we're saying is you need to win with the guys you got. You could do some adding, but not much. You need to draft good. Well, okay, good luck. You know, this draft isn't very great. You know, it's and we could talk about it. I don't want to go too long, but they are. I think the ownership of the Eagles are operating a certain way, but I think the fan base, some of the fan base, are a little delusional to think that they're going to continue on this pace. Again, you won back-to-back divisions, and yet you lost a home playoff game favored by a touchdown with a relatively healthy football team in the Philadelphia Eagles. Other than Lane Johnson, they had their starting quarterback. They had their receivers.
Right.
They had all their defense, right? They had
a great defense.
So, I don't know I think the division's only going to get better. Can't we assume that?
I think the Cowboys should be getting better. I think
I love
getting better.
Addition by subtraction, man. Addition by subtraction and addition by subtracting from the Eagles. Yeah. Now they're poo-pooing Christian Parker. Why would you do that? Why would you poo-poo a guy who helped you win a Super Bowl?
They're butthurt. That's why.
Just say good job, right? We said good luck with Kellen Moore. And then Kellen did a fantastic job.
I'm happy they're doing that. I hope that gives him more motivation to say, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, poo-poo on him. Give him extra motivation to make sure he gives all the intel on you guys, okay? All the soft spots in that defense and everything Nick Fangio does. Yeah, go ahead, poo-poo him. But you like the hire then, right?
I love the hire. Now, listen, like anything else, Mark, we don't know how he's going to do calling plays, but I love the dare to be great. I don't want to say a retread. I don't want to see a retread. I like the dare to be great. Could it fail? There's a slight chance anything can happen, but This guy has rave reviews from everyone you talk to, right?
Yep.
Now we're hearing he's an up-and-coming star. Why would he leave there?
Aspirations to become a head coach.
And we're going to get Ronell is going to come. I was kind of hoping they could pull Clint Hurt away, but they would have to give him some sort of assistant head coach type situation. So that's not going to happen, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, the Eagles are hurting, man. They
Dirty
definitely
Sanchez with the super chat.
They
Fisher says they're making all the interviews take a personality test and writing an essay for interviewing the Eagles offensive coordinator position. Interesting.
Okay, a personality test. Okay.
I did hear that.
Wow.
That's actually a real thing. Yeah. So,
do they have to like bunnies?
6-8 foot blow up bunnies. Yeah.
Shit. All right, man. Well, you let me know when you want.
Yeah, we'll do something. Well, you got your. Oh, no, tomorrow's not Wednesday, right? Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. I'm all jacked up. Yeah, we'll do something if you want. Whenever are you going to be around?
Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. Definitely.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm home tomorrow. So if you got some time, text me and we'll do a live stream. All right.
Well, appreciate it. And if you haven't checked out Game Time, and I know everybody has, make sure you check out Game Time, Brian.
Thanks, everybody.
He's in the belly of the beast up there in Philadelphia, twisting the knife in that back, man, and giving him a hard way to go. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out of here for the night. And you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Thanks, Brian, as always.
All right, brother. Thank you.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year